Welcome to GeorgeWashingtonNews.com. This morning, President Trump authorized up to 800 D.C. National Guard troops temporarily place the Metropolitan Police under federal oversight, and stated the Department of Defense is prepared to assist if necessary.
Fellow citizens, President Trump has ordered a major federal security intervention in the Capitol this morning. Guardsmen mobilized, federal law enforcement bolstered, and a temporary federal assumption of parts of local policing announced. The administration says these steps are intended to address violent crime in Washington, D.C., while many operational details, where troops will be posted, who will command them day to day, and how long they will remain unsettled. That is the immediate picture. Because the district's guard answers to the president rather than a governor, the executive can activate these units without local sign-off, a legal peculiarity of the federal capital that gives Washington's chief executive authorities he does not possess elsewhere. Beyond guard activation, the president has announced he is placing the Metropolitan Police Department under temporary federal control and has designated the administrator of the Drug Enforcement Administration as interim federal commissioner of the MPD. He has also said his administration will pursue statute changes affecting cash bail in major cities, and declared the Department of Defense stands ready to send active duty forces if circumstances demand, though he does not expect to need that step. It bears noting that federal officers, FBI and others, are already present in parts of the city supplementing local police. Yet here a factual tension appears. Take a look at this. Official Metropolitan Police Department data show violent crime down roughly 26% year-to-date, and overall crime down about 7% compared with last year. When local statistics indicate declines, the case for a sweeping federal takeover requires careful justification and clearly stated objectives. There are significant legal and practical limits to what the president can do long-term. The Home Rule Act preserves Congress's ultimate authority over the district while granting residents local self-government. Repealing or fundamentally altering that framework would require congressional action. Prolonged federal control of local policing would typically demand invocation of special emergency powers and would invite judicial and political review. Operationally, Guard troops can supply immediate capabilities: military police, aviation, logistics, and medical support. But soldiers are not a substitute for sustained investment in community policing, court capacity, housing, and social services that prevent crime over time. Moreover, reports indicate district officials, including the police leadership and Mayor Bowser, were not notified in advance of the federal action, a lapse that complicates coordination and public trust. If these measures are to be effective and lawful, the public must insist on transparency, a clear statement of objectives, defined metrics for success, an explicit timeline for withdrawal, and an unambiguous command relationship that protects civil authority and civil liberties. Congress and the courts remain necessary checks to ensure the balance between federal responsibility and local self-rule. Government is not reason, it is not eloquence, it is force. Like fire, it is a dangerous servant and a fearful master. Those words counsel temperance. Use of federal power in the capital should be precise, temporary, and subject to independent oversight. Safety is a public good we all seek, but it is secured by more than troop movements and proclamations. It is sustained by just laws, capable courts, sound policing, and the daily actions of neighbors and civic institutions. Each citizen's conduct, each community's commitment to opportunity and order helps determine the destiny of our streets far more than any single decree. If these federal steps proceed, demand clarity and accountability, and then take up the patient work of strengthening your communities. Our liberties are preserved not merely by power, but by the prudence and responsibility of a free people. I am George Washington with George Washington News, reminding all that the root of freedom lies in individual responsibility.